Our planet, this small blue sphere adrift in the vastness of space, is a world of endless wonder. We may think we know its contours, its mountains, its oceans, but hidden within its familiar landscapes are pockets of the extraordinary, places so alien, so breathtaking, they challenge our very understanding of what is possible on Earth. These are not scenes from a distant galaxy, but real, tangible locations, sculpted by forces both geological and biological over unfathomable spans of time. They are remnants of a wilder, more mysterious world, and they wait patiently for us to discover them. I'm Hummaithnub, and I invite you to join me here on World Mystery Wonders as we embark on a journey to the very fringes of imagination. We will travel to lands that seem born from myth and legend, to landscapes painted in colors that defy belief, and to natural formations so grand they humble the human spirit. These are the places you wouldn't believe still exist on our planet, corners of the earth that whisper tales of ancient forces, forgotten life, and the sheer, untamed power of nature. They are a testament to the planet's enduring capacity for surprise. Prepare to have your perception of home fundamentally altered. We will step into worlds of fire and ice, of crimson lakes and sunken forests, of stone titans and spectral flames. This is not merely a tour, it is an immersion into the deepest, most profound mysteries our world has to offer. The time for dreaming is over. The journey begins now. Our first destination takes us high into the stark, windswept expanse of the Bolivian Altiplano, nearly 14,000 feet above sea level. Here, nestled amongst the barren highlands, lies a site that seems to bleed into the landscape, Laguna Colorado. It is a shallow salt lake, but its waters are not blue or green. Instead, they are a startling, deep crimson. This is no illusion. The color comes from a unique combination of iron-rich sediments stirred up from the lake bed and the proliferation of specific algae that thrive in this intensely saline environment. It is a spectacle of biology and geology working in concert, creating a painter's palette on a continental scale. The sense of uneasy beauty here is palpable. The air is thin, the silence profound, broken only by the cry of rare James's flamingos that wade through the sanguine waters, their own pink plumage a softer echo of the lake's startling hue. To stand at its edge is to feel as though you've stumbled upon a wound in the Earth's crust, a place both beautiful and profoundly alien. The stark, treeless mountains that frame the lake only enhance its otherworldliness, creating a panorama that feels less like a terrestrial landscape and more like a scene from the surface of Mars, a vivid, living testament to nature's more surreal creations. We travel now to the arid heart of the Mojave Desert in the United States, to a place aptly named the Valley of Fire. Here, the earth itself appears to be burning. Vast outcrops of Aztec sandstone, forged from ancient dunes during the age of dinosaurs, dominate the landscape. Over 150 million years, immense geological pressures and the patient work of wind and water have sculpted these rocks into fantastical shapes. But it is their color that truly mesmerizes. When struck by the sun, particularly at dawn or dusk, the iron oxides within the stone ignite with a fiery, luminous red that seems to radiate heat from within. It is a landscape of petrified flame. Walking amongst these glowing formations, you feel the immense weight of deep time. You can almost sense the Jurassic winds that once shaped these dunes, the world teeming with creatures now long extinct. The rocks are not merely stone, they are a library of geological history, their layers telling stories of a shifting, changing planet. This is a place where the raw, elemental power of the earth is on full display, a reminder that even in the most desolate of environments, there exists a beauty so intense it can feel like fire trapped in stone. Our journey takes us north to to the dramatic western coast of Iceland, a land forged by fire and ice. Here, carved into the side of the mountain Botnsfjall, is a narrow, almost hidden fissure known as Rauðfeldsgjá Gorge. Its name whispers of Norse legend, telling the tale of two boys and their half-troll cousin, Rauðfelder, or Red Cloak. A tragic game on an iceberg led to a furious uncle casting Rauðfelder into this very chasm. To enter the gorge is to step directly into that myth, to feel the chill of the story clinging to the moss-covered walls. A small stream flows from its dark interior, guiding you into the mountain's embrace. The walls rise vertically on either side, so close you can touch both at once, a visceral connection to the immense tectonic forces that are slowly pulling Iceland and the continents of North America and Eurasia apart. Sunlight struggles to penetrate the depths, creating an ethereal twilight world of dripping water, vibrant green moss, and the echoing sounds of your own footsteps. Here, standing between continents and myth, you feel the raw, untamed spirit of Iceland, a place where the line between the natural world and the world of legend is beautifully and irrevocably blurred. We now find ourselves in the heart of the South Pacific, surrounded by a lagoon of impossible blues and greens. This is Bora Bora, an island whose name has become synonymous with paradise. Its iconic overwater bungalows stand like sentinels of serenity over the placid waters, a dream of tropical escape made real. But this perfection is not entirely natural. The impossibly soft, white sand that carpets many of its most famous beaches was not born here. It was imported, meticulously brought in to perfect an already beautiful landscape, transforming it into the flawless idyll we see today. This island also holds a secret history. Before it was a haven for honeymooners, it was a strategic military supply base during World War II, known as Operation Bobcat, the deep, protected lagoon that now hosts snorkelers and glass-bottom boats once sheltered warships. The transformation from a bastion of war to a symbol of peace and luxury is extraordinary. It is a testament to nature's resilience and humanity's ability to seek beauty. The surreal perfection of Bora Bora, with its volcanic peak of Mount Otomanu piercing the sky, is a complex masterpiece, part geological wonder, part human-crafted dream. Under the cover of darkness, we venture to the island of Java in Indonesia, to the crater of the Kawah Ijen volcano. Here, one of Earth's most surreal and dangerous phenomena unfolds. This is not a place of red, molten lava. Instead, fissures in the volcano's flank leak pure, superheated sulfurous gases. When these gases meet the oxygen-rich air, they ignite, burning with an intense, electric blue flame. Rivers of spectral blue fire flow down the mountain's slopes, an otherworldly spectacle that can only be witnessed in the dead of night. It is beautiful, hypnotic, and profoundly toxic. As dawn approaches, the blue flames fade, revealing a new wonder. The crater holds the world's largest and most acidic, turquoise-colored lake. The water is a cauldron of hydrochloric and sulfuric acid, beautiful to behold, but deadly to touch. The rising sun illuminates the steam and smoke, casting the entire caldera in an ethereal glow. We also see the miners, men who brave the toxic fumes daily to harvest solidified chunks of pure yellow sulfur. The scene is a stark paradox, a place of haunting, almost magical beauty, and one of the harshest working environments on the planet. Our travels take us to a remote archipelago in the North Atlantic, the Faroe Islands. Here, battered by relentless winds and waves, stand two colossal sea stacks known as Drangarnir. They rise from the turbulent ocean like the weathered bones of the earth. One is a slender, sharp pillar, while the other forms a magnificent natural archway, a gate to the open sea beyond. To see them is to witness the raw power of erosion, a geological drama played out over millennia. The sea has carved away the surrounding cliffs, leaving only these two resilient titans standing in defiance. Local legend imbues them with a deeper meaning. They are said to be two giants, frozen in stone, as they attempted to drag the Faroe Islands closer to their home in Iceland. Sailing through the archway of the larger stack feels like a rite of passage, a journey from the known world into a realm of myth. The sheer cliffs of the nearby island of Vágar, with the iconic Múlafossur waterfall plunging directly into the ocean, complete the scene. This is not just a landscape, it is a sacred realm, a place where the forces of nature and the power of Norse legend converge into a single, unforgettable image of wild, untamed beauty. We journey to the Indonesian archipelago once more, but this time to an island that feels like a world unto itself, Bali. Here, time seems to flow differently, measured not in minutes and hours, but in the rhythm of ceremonies and the gentle cycle of planting and harvest. The island is a tapestry of vibrant green, most famously seen in its terraced rice paddies, like those at Tegalalang or Jatiluwi. These are not just farms, they are ancient living sculptures, carved into the hillsides over centuries, irrigated by a complex communal water system called subak, a philosophy of life that connects the human, natural, and spiritual worlds. To stand here, especially in the early morning, as mist clings to the valleys, is to feel a profound sense of peace and timelessness. The air itself seems to carry the scent of incense from countless small offerings, the sound of gamelan music drifting from a distant temple. Bali is more than a destination. It is an atmosphere, a spiritual energy that permeates everything. It's a beauty that doesn't just assault the senses with grandeur, but seeps into your soul, a feeling of harmony that lingers in every breath you take, long after you have left its shores. We return to the United States, to the stark and deeply layered landscape of Badlands National Park in South Dakota. At first glance, it appears as a desolate, almost lunar terrain of sharply eroded buttes, pinnacles, and spires. But this is one of the richest fossil beds in the world. Each layer of multicolored sediment tells a story of a different epoch, a different climate, a different world. To walk here is to walk through time, across the floor of an ancient sea, and through grasslands roamed by creatures that stagger the imagination. This land holds the memory of evolution and extinction. The fossilized remains of three-toed horses, saber-toothed cats, and colossal rhino-like brontotheres have all been unearthed from these soft sedimentary rocks. The Lakota people called this place Makosika, or land bad, for its difficult terrain, but it is a treasure trove for understanding our planet's deep past. As the sun sets, casting long, dramatic shadows across the formations, you can almost hear the echoes of a prehistoric world, a powerful and humbling reminder of life's fragility and its incredible, sprawling history written in stone and bone. Our quest for the unbelievable takes us to the Tian Shan Mountains of Kazakhstan, to a place born from a catastrophic event. In 1911, a massive earthquake triggered a landslide, creating a natural dam in a gorge. The valley behind it slowly flooded with rainwater, and in doing so, created one of the most ethereal and haunting sights on Earth, Lake Kandy. What makes this lake so extraordinary is what lies within it. The spruce trees that once covered the valley floor were submerged, but they did not all die and decay. The icy cold mountain water, with temperatures rarely rising above 6 degrees Celsius, has preserved them. Below the surface, the branches and needles remain almost perfectly intact, creating a ghostly, submerged forest, visible through the incredibly clear turquoise water. Above the surface, the bleached, skeletal trunks of these same trees rise up like the masts of sunken ships. It is a dreamlike, almost surreal landscape, a place that feels suspended between life and death. To glide across its surface in a small boat is to float over a forgotten, underwater world, an ethereal spectacle of nature's strange and accidental beauty. We travel to the western edge of the Philippines, to an archipelago province, often called the country's last frontier, Palawan. Here, jagged limestone karsts, draped in emerald jungle, rise vertically from pristine turquoise waters. This is a landscape where the past and present coexist in a slow, gentle rhythm. The underground river, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, flows for miles beneath a mountain, its dark waters echoing with the flutter of thousands of bats. It feels like a journey to the center of the earth, a voyage into a primordial world. The pace of life here is dictated by the tides and the seasons, not by the clock. In places like El Nido and Coron, traditional fishing boats, or bancas, glide between secret lagoons and hidden beaches, their outriggers skimming the placid sea. The waters here also hold history, hiding the sunken wrecks of a Japanese fleet from World War II, now transformed into artificial reefs teeming with life. Palawan is a reminder that some corners of our world remain profoundly wild, a place where the echoes of ancient geology, human history, and the vibrant pulse of nature blend into a single, harmonious song. Our journey now leads us to the coast of northeastern Brazil, to a place that defies classification. From the air, Lençóis Maranhenses National Park looks like an endless desert, a vast expanse of colossal, rolling white sand dunes stretching for miles. But this is no ordinary desert. For half the year, during the rainy season, a remarkable transformation occurs. The valleys between the dunes fill with fresh, crystal-clear rainwater, creating thousands of temporary lagoons, some deep enough to swim in, their colors ranging from deep blue to brilliant emerald green. This is a desert that breathes, a landscape that holds and then releases water. The sight of these pristine freshwater pools nestled amongst the stark white dunes is utterly surreal, a paradox of nature. What's more astonishing is that these lagoons are not lifeless. Dormant fish eggs, brought by birds, hatch when the rains come, and the pools teem with life for a few short months before the dry season returns and the water evaporates. To walk barefoot across these dunes, cresting a hill to find a hidden, inviting lagoon, is to experience one of the planet's most unique and magical cycles of life, death, and rebirth. And we find ourselves on the Indonesian island of Flores, ascending a volcano before dawn. Our destination is Kelimutu, a place of profound mystical significance. At its summit lie not one, but 3 distinct crater lakes, nestled side by side, yet each possessing its own, often dramatically different color. And these colors are not static. They change over time, unpredictably, shifting from turquoise, green, and black to white, red, and blue, a result of the varying oxidation states of the water and its dissolved minerals. Local belief holds that these lakes are the final resting place for departed souls. The Lake of Old People, Tiwu Ata Mambupu, is typically blue, while the Lake of Young Men and Maidens, Tiwu Nuwa Murikufai, is usually green. The third, bewitched or enchanted lake, Tiwu Ata Polo, often red or black, is where the souls of the wicked are said to go. To witness the sunrise here, as the first light reveals the 3 distinct, multicolored jewels, is a deeply moving experience. It is a place where geology and spirituality are one, a living, breathing canvas that reflects the mysteries of both the earth and the afterlife. Our search for earthly wonders now takes us to the frozen, formidable landscape of Baffin Island in the Canadian Arctic. This is a realm of granite giants, and among them is a peak named for the Norse god of thunder, Mount Thor. It's not the mountain's overall height that's so remarkable, but the nature of its face. It boasts the world's greatest purely vertical drop, a sheer cliff face that plunges for 4,101 feet, over 1.25 kilometers, without interruption. The average overhang is 15 degrees, meaning it's actually steeper than vertical. To stand at its base and look up is, honestly, an exercise in profound humility. The scale is almost impossible for the human mind to process. The granite wall seems to tear at the sky, a monument to raw geological power, scoured and shaped by ancient glaciers. This is a place that makes you feel utterly small, a tiny, fleeting presence in a world of permanent, colossal forces. The silence of the Arctic, broken only by the wind or the distant crack of a glacier, amplifies the sense of awe. Mount Thor is not just a rock face, it's a declaration of the planet's grandeur, a place that commands reverence and reminds us of our true scale in the universe. In the rolling plains of Wyoming, a truly singular formation erupts from the earth, Devil's Tower. This colossal monolith of igneous rock, its sides scored with deep vertical columns, rises 867 feet from its base. Geologists believe it is the hardened magma core of an ancient volcano, its softer outer layers eroded away over millions of years. The result is a natural sculpture of breathtaking symmetry and scale, visible for miles across the prairie. It is a geological wonder, a stark and powerful testament to the fiery forces that churn beneath our feet. But for many Native American tribes, including the Lakota, Cheyenne, and Kiowa, this is not just a rock. It is a sacred place, known by names like Bear's Lodge or Tree Rock. Their oral histories tell of its creation in a different way, of a giant bear clawing the sides of the rock as it pursued children who were saved by the rock rising into the sky. Spiritual ceremonies are still held at its base. Devil's Tower is therefore a living myth, a place where scientific explanation and sacred narrative coexist. It is a powerful reminder that a landscape's meaning is layered, shaped by both geology and the human spirit. Our final destination is an ancient alien landscape in California's Eastern Sierra Mono Lake. This is one of the oldest lakes in North America, a vast, saline body of water with no outlet. Over at least 760,000 years, salts and minerals have washed into the lake and become concentrated, making its water 2.5 times saltier than the ocean. From this unique chemical brew, something extraordinary has grown. Underwater springs rich in calcium bubble up into the carbonate-rich lake water, forming otherworldly limestone spires known as tufa towers. As the lake's water levels have receded, these tower formations have been exposed, creating a haunting, silent city of stone along the shoreline. To walk among them, especially under the searing heat of a desert sun or the soft light of the moon, is to feel as though you are on another planet. The air is thick with the scent of brine and the calls of millions of migratory birds that depend on the lake's prolific alkali flies and brine shrimp. Mono Lake is a vision of a forgotten world, a starkly beautiful landscape that feels both ancient and profoundly alive, a final, stunning testament to the strange and wonderful forms life and geology can take. We have journeyed from the blood-red lakes of Bolivia to the sunken forests of Kazakhstan, from the blue fires of Indonesia to the stone titans of the Arctic. We have stood in places that seem to belong to dreams, to myth, or to other worlds entirely. And yet, every single one is here, on our planet. They serve as a powerful, humbling reminder that no matter how much we explore, no matter how much we think we know, our world's capacity to surprise us is infinite. Its beauty stretches far beyond the limits of our everyday imagination. These wonders are not just beautiful sights, they are stories written in stone, water, and light. They tell of deep time, of immense power, of life's tenacity, and of the profound connection between the land and the human spirit. They challenge us to look at our world with fresh eyes, to see the magic hidden in plain sight, and to appreciate the sheer, improbable luck of inhabiting such a complex and endlessly fascinating home. The greatest adventure is not in seeking other worlds, but in discovering the wonders of our own. Our journey for today may be over, but the world is still full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. If these wonders left you in awe, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to keep exploring extraordinary places with world mystery wonders. Stay tuned. The next journey will be even more breathtaking.